Today is Sunday, July 14th. It's a beautiful day out. Slightly breezy. The breeze is about 2 miles an hour from the east. So I should be hitting a headwind going south on Fort Myers Beach, but coming back, then it should be a slight tailwind, so that should push me a little bit. I took a look at the tide charts. The high, there was an extreme high tide at 7:30 this morning, and then low tide is not till almost 2:30. So there is a chance that it could be impassable. It's a little after 10:30 right now, so it should be mid-tide. Normally it borders on the higher end of the mid-tide, but we'll see. So, but the tide should be going out in any regards until 2 o'clock. So whether I can't bicycle down the beach, I could definitely bicycle back up the beach. So I don't know why I'm bicycling this way, but I want to bicycle this way. Right. Sometimes when I touch the phone like that, it turns it off. I hope it did turn it off. All right. The phone was kind of loose. So anyway, this building over here again sold for $900,000, but it wasn't to me. When Dixon's on the beach, they're taking their sweet time to open that. So anyway, there was a lot of nice little puffy clouds around. More so now, but as I got down towards the beach, there's less clouds straight. Like if you're looking south where we're headed, there's less clouds. But if I look to the west, it's a little bit more than south, but not that bit. But when I look to the east or north, forget it. There's puffy clouds everywhere, and they're always showing signs of forming thunderstorm activity. So I'm thinking about noontime. It's going to be torrential rain in this area. So I thought I'd better get down here. I wasn't able to go garage selling in the last 2 weekends. One, because there's not that many of them. And two, I've had problems with my internet service at my second house. So I had to forego Saturday because Quantum Fiber just, for whatever reason, that's the only time that they come out to my house. And last week, they did the install very quickly, and I was able to do a bicycle video. But yesterday, they took 8 hours to do a 15-minute job, and I was pretty upset with that one. Yesterday was just as beautiful as today. So I don't anticipate making a big bicycle ride on the beach this morning. I was checking on my first house, and my pool looks beautiful. The water is blue crystal azure, so it's more blue than green. Got that crystal look to it, blue. So it's just gorgeous to look at. I'd love to jump into it. Got the saltwater system running only on 10%, but that's perfect for it. I added 3 more bags of salt, so I have a total of 16 bags of salt in my pool. 16 times $8 a bag. Wow. You can find it cheaper. This person over here walking just as fast as I'm bicycling. It's amazing. I'm standing up bicycling too. Okay, well, I'm going to beat them anyway because I'm on the coast. Okay, I'm looking at the tide. It looks gorgeous. It looks like a mid-tide. So I can tell you that there's going to be beach available to buy slime. So again, it's a little after 10:30, and traffic is light. Temperature is about 86, but the light breeze coming out east is nice. So I'm looking down towards Snug Harbor. I don't see any activity down there. Well, I take that back. I see a couple like patrons putting up some umbrellas. I don't see like a breakfast or lunch crowd yet. Wahoo Willie's, they always have people in there. That seems to be the overflow hangout from the Tiki Hut. So if they don't go in the Lighthouse Resort Tiki Hut, then they'll overflow to Wahoo Willie's. Then this other place, I forget the name of it. Alright. I mean, there's nobody eating in there yet. But every time I come here, they look like they're like a lunch or dinner crowd, not really a breakfast. So lunch is still another like minimum half hour to an hour away. Fort Myers Beach per se has taken on its own new equilibrium. There's still a lot of properties not online, but for the properties that are online, they set the mark. So the mark is heavy traffic. Gotta do something with these brakes. It's terrible. People wanting to take the brakes off, but I'm just not a morning person to disassemble a bike in the morning. I'm more of an evening person. When the sun goes down and I finish all my work around the house outside, then I'll plop in the garage or whatever and do little things. You know? I don't like to do the little things in the garage because then I get, you get sweaty, and then you don't feel like doing the big things. Today I have to trim the yard. That's going to make me sweaty. I have to build a ladder because I'm installing 2 ladders up in the ceiling today in my garage. But I need to build the ladder to get up there. It's pretty sad. So it's going to be a temporary ladder, and I'll probably leave it out by the curb for somebody to have. But I have some old wood forming for landscaping in the backyard that I'm not using. And to tell you the truth, it's just rotting over time. So I don't want to increase the wood rot in the backyard. I don't like it anyway. So I'm going to take that and make a staircase out of it. One is about 8 feet. And that'll allow me to get up into the attic and then walk up the new staircase bolted in place. Someone's packing Smirnoff into their truck. All right. See, when I was 20 years old, I had a restaurant here at the beach. And it felt awesome. When it was during season, when I was making money, that's the key. You have to be able to make money. Your worst case scenario when you open up a business has to be phenomenally fantastic. That's a worst case scenario. Your best case scenario is make your eyeballs pop out. You're so fantastic. And I got into business thinking about the worst case scenario, but it was even worse than that. So that's the sad thing. My worst case scenario wasn't worse enough. And then top matters, I had a partner that had no heart in it. And he started stealing, and it was like, wow. So this sand over here is extremely white. I don't know where that came from. It must have been bleached from the sun, because this sand was kind of like a yellowish, the normal looking yellow sand. But I guess after the sun bleaches a little bit, it reacts with the chlorine or sodium or whatever it does. It's now looking pretty white. I learned that sun in the southern atmosphere. Oh, that was the pirate boat offshore. So they're I guess they're coming back to port. Let's take a look. Yeah, they're coming back this way. But they were in front of the Lana Kai, and they fired one of their cannons. That was interesting. Hello. So again, there's a lot of business development in this area. The most interesting thing, though, on my way to the beach, I saw people working on the Tahitian Roof Inn that's on San Carlos Boulevard on the way to Fort Myers Beach. I love that property. It's just that, I just don't have $3 million sitting in my pocket to burn. If I could burn, if I had $3 million, that place right there would have been an excellent buy. When I say 3 million, I probably meant more like 5 million. But you'll have to buy the property, and then you have to spend an extra $1 million to fix it. I would do most of the work myself, but you just can't do everything yourself. When you have a 40 plus room resort, me working on 2 rooms, that would be overload for me. Some people, I'm a programmer, real estate, stock market. I do my dabbling in the garage. I do like fixing electronics and engines, but I'm not like a guru. So there are those gurus that can go 2, maybe 3 times faster than me. So one person may be able to handle 6 rooms, but when you have 40 room resort, factor on everyone else, like at my level, you're looking at, you're gonna need to get between 15 and 20 people to work on that. And whatever the cost is, you want to get that thing online as soon as possible, because there's not that much rooms for rent down in this area, and they would happily rent over there, for $100 a night. No problem. That's easy. So that's easy money. So 40 rooms times $100 a night, you're making $4,000 a day. That's fantastic. Plus room service, plus cable TV, plus safe, plus bicycle rental. You're just tagging it on. So there's a resort on San Carlos Boulevard called Latitude 26. They bought the Mariners Inn. That was right on the way to Fort Myers Beach on San Carlos Boulevard, on the same side of the road as I'm trying to think of that seafood place right now. I just eludes my name. Eludes me. I don't think, but I'll get it in a second. Anyway, so Latitude 26 bought out the old Mariners Inn, and they already had a Latitude 26 hotel on the you call it the east side of San Carlos Boulevard. So now they have one on the west side and the east side. You know what? Maybe they bought that too, because that would just jive with their theme, 26 latitude. Everything is within the 26 latitude there. So this dilapidated house over here still has not been torn down. I can see that bums are going in there and breaking the walls and creating fires inside. It is slowly falling apart. And this building over here is owned by HL on the north-hand side. So it's a great place to own. Alright, so we're going to take a little divergence here. We're going to bicycle in the back here and check out and see if there's any trails. So this is one of my exploring episodes. So there used to be a dock that came up here. I don't see a way to get over onto the dock. Oh wow, this is just fantastic. That is not bicycle friendly. Alright. Note to self, never come here again. So look, this is the dock. They haven't rebuilt. Okay, it looks like they have it all fenced off with this yellow mesh fence. So I can't bicycle over here even if I wanted to. So there used to be a trail straight ahead. You go over this mound here. And this is a shell mound, but it's probably where pirates buried their treasure. So all in this mounded area here, there could be treasure. Wish I had a treasure map. Okay. No. I thought there was an opening there. But no. And they still require you to pay. Look, there's a police officer wanting to enforce the law. He doesn't pay that. Which is kind of silly, because probably all the money they make here goes to his pay. So nothing goes. So it's foolhardy. They should have food trucks here that are paying They should have 4 food trucks, but plenty of room here for food trucks. And those food trucks would be paying rent and free parking. I mean, this place would be inundated with people. And they'd be making a ton of money, and they wouldn't have to have a police person, wasting taxpayers' money on the bill. So, just sad. Soft sad. Oh. Okay, so this is the other side of the access point on Bobwitch Point. And it's called Pinchers, is the name of the restaurant. I keep on forgetting the name. Alright, so if you see straight out there, there's the pirate boat. Straight out. That's the one that fired a cannon right in front of Wanakai. They always do that. But usually they come a little closer to the shore. They're kind of farther out now. So there may be active people surf, whatever, jet skiing, whatever. So the tide is a mid-tide right now. It's still going out. There's going to be a low tide at 2 o'clock. So shelling is going to be awesome. And then going out to that sandbar, it's about 50 yards out. That's going to be awesome. Now I see there's another sandbar farther out, like 300 yards out, almost by the channel mark over there. That's going to be interesting. This beach is going to be awesome. Look. Right. This is pretty awesome. Alright, so I can tell already this is going to be a good bicycling video. There's one thing though I want to check out though, off beach. Down by the old Fort Myers Beach RV park and the Red Coconut RV park. I learned that on my last bicycling video last week that the Lee County Sheriff doesn't occupy that building anymore, and it's left there kind of vacant. I'm wondering if that's for sale or for rent. Because if it's for rent, I'm going to rent it. If it's for sale, I have to find out if the land comes with it, and if it doesn't, I'm going to find out where I can move it to, because that is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to buy a grandfathered. You don't need a building permit because it's already in place, already has one. So I'm going to check that out. Look at these people enjoying themselves. It's pretty awesome. People walking over the seashore. So yeah, this is a nice mid-tide. I mean, I call this a low tide. And the tide is still going out until 2 o'clock. Wow. So I would think that now this tide actually is not on the higher side, it's on the lower side. So that means that this low tide is going to hang around for about 4 hours. Unless that tide chart they gave you was absolutely wrong. I'm glad it came out now and not wait till 2 o'clock though. So this part of the beach right here is just awesome bicycling. The seashells are at a minimum. The football's at a minimum. Oh. Yeah, I have to come. I may actually start doing 2 bicycling videos every week. I used to do that. I used to do one on Sanibel on like one day of the weekend, and one on Fort Myers Beach. But I have to get back into the habit of doing that. I mean, all I need to do, if I'm busy, is just limit the video to a smaller set. But I have a faster internet upload speed, so instead of taking it like 17 hours to upload, it only takes like an hour and a half now. So, and that's high definition upload. So I kind of like that. It still takes the same amount of time to compile. I'm gonna have to find a new computer that's fast, so I can compile within an hour. It takes between 2 and 3 hours to compile. One thing I don't like though is that Microsoft Windows It wants to reboot like 4 times a week, which is ludicrous. That's criminal, actually. You know they're doing criminal intent on your computer. They're scanning it for passwords and usernames and everything. But then if you're not connected to the internet, like I wasn't connected yesterday to the internet, I had a problem with the internet, I'd stay home. Of course, the Windows update failed. So it cannot find internet. Well, no kidding. Why do you need the internet? It already downloaded its service pack. So it's either the people there are extremely stupid, extremely criminal, or both. Extremely stupid and criminal. It's pretty sad, but anyway. That's why I want to get a Unix box. I'll take care of my own updates. I'll download. I'll have zones of isolation throughout the computer, so only specific applications have access to specific devices and specific areas, and they can't write to the boot sector. And that's it. And I'll disable telnet access for every app except the ones that I write. Only telnet. Oh, I'll lock down every single port. Yeah, I got 4 computers at home, and one of them right now, actually, I take that back. I got 4 computers. 2 of them are hardly doing anything. 3 of them really hardly doing anything. One of them I just use as like an internet appliance. The other one I use as a standby. I don't connect to the internet, just in case. And I have one still in the box that being unboxed. My main computer is the one that needs updating. I need to. It's showing signs. I mean, it's almost 13 years old. It's an i7. It's awesome, but still, it's pretty awesome to today. I need to get an i9 or something compatible on the Sierra side. I have my eyes out, but right now I'm spending a lot of money on everything else. Batteries in the car, staircases to the attic. I'm trying to fix everything I can myself without having to spend money. Alright, so we just hit an area of the beach that just started smelling like the beach. Everywhere else in the beach smelled like sand. It smelled okay. Like nice fresh sand, not the stinky sand. Now we're getting that stinky sand smell. Usually comes around with seaweed. I don't see that much seaweed, which means there hasn't been that many storms. Maybe both. I mean, the tide is really low. Look at these benign waves. And look at this, the dune. See how close the dune comes to this area of the beach? That's why this beach, the sand is soft, because with a high gradient like this, the beach is sharing the sand up and down the beach, and it never has an opportunity to pack it in hard. Except that right down where the waves are, those little tiny waves are crashing right now. In the next hour, when that's exposed, that will be hard packed. It's really soft. I guess I could use probably a little inflation of the tires. It's gorgeous out there. And the sun is trying to fight through some high, it looks like they're really high cirrus up there. And you get some low cumulus and high cirrus. And in between, stratosphere, there is some stratoclouds, but they're broken. But it's nice though, because they're deflecting a lot of the solar flare intensity that you feel in your skin from the sun. Volleyball in the water. It's really gorgeous out there. The water is so calm. It's so inviting. Everyone is out there just lounging in the water. It's nice. People on the beach here are jealous. One person's got to guard the fort though. You know how it is. If there's money. If there's money, your purse, wallet, whatever. One person's got to stay ashore. Most people there here are law-abiding. I don't see any derelicts. You would hear derelicts are loud. You would hear them. I don't hear anybody loud. So far, I haven't seen the ice cream person. I haven't seen the tuba guy. I haven't seen the sand sculptor guy. This is pretty rare, especially at low tide. I do see a lot of people here. It's kind of early. It must be a little after 11 right now. See, I'm looking at the clock, and it's showing 3 minutes after 11 a.m. So 11:03. It's gorgeous out. There's a lot of pelicans roosting on the old Fort Myers Beach pier. And you can see where people are situated. The tide was higher about an hour ago. So the tide has like lurched out. The sand I'm laying on right now, it's not hard packed. It's like mud. So it's tragic what happened to Trump yesterday. I was watching all the news, and they pretty much isolated too. It was an attempt by this current government to assassinate Trump, which is, it's so criminal that this government, the Biden administration, would stoop to such low levels of criminality. They should all be arrested right now and tried to tribunal. And to tell you the truth, it's beyond tribunal. They're just guilty. They need to be arrested and executed. They're guilty. It's been proven that this guy was hired by the CIA and FBI and funded. Even the Secret Service was in on it. So there was people at the concert that actually witnessed this guy climbing on the roof with a gun, and they alerted the Secret Service. Many of the officers said, "Don't worry about it." So they were in on it, which was even more criminal. Not that many boats out here yet. I nodded and said, "Hey." Alright, so Malachi, it's still pretty benign. There's a warning that says no here, almost as if like Malachi is closed or something. There's no open containers of alcohol. So that caused no one to stay here. No one wants to be in front of the Lanakai, because Lanakai is known for open containers of alcohol. Look at that, there's only like a couple people here. Well, I guess it's pretty stupid. You cut your foot off at the beach here. Everyone wants to drink alcohol, relax on the water, and you say no open bottles of alcohol. So the beach bar that the Lanakai has is empty, devoid. Maybe you have, maybe 15 people here. Everyone else is everywhere else. Like here's a little beach bar. People can get drinks there and come back to their tents. So, yeah, I can see that they're drinking. People are relaxing, having a good time. It's not very loud. Everyone's just enjoying the beach and relaxing. When you have laws like that, it's kind of silly. Malachi will eventually go out of business. They have a monopoly. Their real estate is phenomenal, but no one could afford to rebuild it. So there have to be some deep pockets, and to rebuild that means a casino. There's no other way. You would have to have a real estate. You would have to have a real estate run on the real estate here to astronomical levels to be able to afford a brand new hotel to be built. Maybe it's still kind of early. A couple minutes after 11. Let's see how Diamond Head is. This tide is really low. It's just lost me. Those people were at about 50 yards. And at least maybe 60 playing football out there. They're only standing in water that's only a foot deep. This person's related to them. Looking out, concerned. Now we're running into some seaweed. I see some 2 dogs playing on the beach. They're pretty cute. Alright, this is the first time we've had to downshift. So the seaweed is affecting me. I'm definitely coming back on the beach though. Looks like over here is a better place than bicycle. So yeah, the clouds are building. It definitely looks like the next hour they're going to start raining. It's the perfect time from the beach. Everyone else out here at the same time has that same idea. I'm just going down to that radio tower. I want to check out that police mobile home. I'm going back on the beach. That's a perfect reason. So this piece of property just to the south of Diamond Head. I've been talking about that for a while. Looks like that finally transact, and they have scaffolding all around the building, and they put new aluminum roof on the top. And they're working their way from top down. It's smart. And then here's the Nautilus in this big yellow thing. I don't see any additional activity on it. Again, as a hotel, that's one of the best surviving hotels that was pretty much submerged in the water. The waves were crashing on the roof. And everything inside of it needs to be gutted and fixed, but the facade is there. I mean, it's there. So besides a couple of railings, a new pool filter, a new pump, obviously these new electrical vanities, toilet, all the furniture, yes. It's minor when you're renting for $200 a night. You have 120 hotel rooms. You can pretty much rent 90% at that point, that rate. So let's round it down to 100. So even if you have 100 times 200, you're making $20,000 a day. $20,000, you could buy bedroom packages out there for the whole suite for less than $1,000. You might be able to get away with $700 on discount with the whole suite. So that would be, you'd be able to do 20 rooms a night, and maybe a little bit more. You might be able to get away with 30 rooms a night, and it would take you less than 4 to 5 days to really finance the refurbishing of the furniture in the rooms. So that's what you have to look at. And then yeah, you would have nice furnishings in there. Eventually you'll add like little refrigerators to each room. $200,000 or more. 100 rooms times 200,000. Refrigerators cost as low as $50. You could, one good day, if you rented all the rooms out, 20,000. Yeah, you bought a refrigerator and a safe for every single room. So the key is getting the place back online again. And then the nice place about that real estate, I like it, is because you have a big communal area that you could use as bowling, as bingo, or as some type of gambling. Hello. So that's the allure there. Curves in a little bit. So right by the Fort Myers Beach and the Great Coconut RV resorts, that's the best place to exit or come back on the beach. I mean, the beach, actually right in front of Publix, is probably the thinnest. So if you're wanting to exit or enter the beach, Publix is the best place. So look, the beach is changing again, so it's kind of like, right here is a good bicycling area, but it's trying to pull me down into that little sandbar area here, little tidal area. Again, I'm hitting a 2 mile per hour headwind. So the seagulls just launching at me. If any of these condos are still fenced off, they're buys, anything inside there, contact your local real estate salesperson and get a listing of all those places. Find out if they have sellers that want to sell, because it's hard to sell if you're an owner inside there. I mean, if your property's fenced off, no one's going to come inside and view the property. It's all going to be a virtual sale, and that's, virtual sale is only so good as the video you make, and people know that's on the best day. That they're not seeing all the windows or doors open, they're not seeing the water running in the shower, the toilet's flushing, they're not seeing the stove opening up, seeing how clean or dirty it is, whether it works or not, being able to ask and answer questions. Alright, so there it is over there. There used to be a little public access right here on the left-hand side that went parallel to Red Coconut. I don't see it though. I see a dumpster. That could be where the public access is. We're going to try going short here though. Right over here near Fresh Catch. There's a Seahawk right there. Straight ahead. See him flying? That's a Seahawk. So he would normally be going after fish. But sometimes he goes after pigeons and seagulls. So, on the shore here. Just gorgeous out. It did rain last night. I don't know about significantly, but it did rain. It rained more down by the beach here than at my homes, but The one thing I noticed though is this place needs a front, like an aluminum staircase and an aluminum ramp for those who are handicapped. It used to have one, but they took it with them, or someone took it. All right, we're gonna have to walk this thing because go on this side too. I always go on this side. I don't know why I'm left oriented when I try to get around Fresh Catch. This is the old Junkanoo. I'm calling it Junkaroo. Sounds more like a Junkaroo. This, I'm telling you, this is the best real estate, regardless of the state of the condition it's in. Yes, it needs to be torn down. Still, this is the best continuous real estate. I mean, the Fort Myers RV park, whatever that sold for $50-some million, that was inflated. I bet if the seller got lucky on that, because if they had waited and not taken that offer, they probably would have had to take something like in the $30 million range. But if they took something in the $30 million range, construction would have already started. You see, the people who bought this now are probably stymied because of how much money and interest rate that they had to pay on that $50 million. So they're probably holding off, waiting for interest rates to collapse so that they can refinance the property at a lower rate. And they just can't afford the refinance, so they're stuck in a quandary. They can't afford to get a sharp piece of glass there. They can't afford to get they can't afford to break it, to sublet it, and they probably can't afford to it's the sum of the whole. They try to break this up right now ain't worth the parts. They have to have interest rates fall so that the value of the property goes up to be able to warrant possibly splitting it. The SeaGroup Development, I wouldn't mind listing my real estate license with them if they would allow both selling their private developed property as well as other commercial or residential property. I wouldn't mind it. See, this is the I'm talking about. This used to be a police headquarters. So it's 2 rooms, which is kind of nice because you could have one, well, you could have 2. You have 1 real estate office and 1 something else. And there's a lock on the door, so it looks like this used to be a stockade. Like there's locks on both doors. But you can see that these doors are elevated about 3 feet above the ground. So you're going to need, I don't know how they're moving this thing. I don't know who to contact. I guess I have to contact Lee County Police. Well, somebody's taking a sledgehammer to the... See, here's Advanced Modular. They got a phone number here. It's 954-960-1550. I'm going to see a video of it just so I have it. So we're probably going to charge an hour where I give. Aim the camera up a bit. See, 954-960-1550. Alright, so we got that. So there's some nice pine trees here. So again, this was the red coconut. This was the building that was in front of Red Coconut. And I always wanted this building destroyed because I hated the look of it, but I wanted them to destroy it and rebuild it nicely. Now that it's totally destroyed, the nice thing about this building is that it's got perfect car access. In fact, if you want to park here and go to the beach, I don't see any no parking signs. So this is the best place probably how to get to the beach. So if you allowed parking there to get to the beach, see right here there used to be a cul-de-sac. I'm not sure which. I see the fence is extended, so I'm not going to go that way. I have to go down a little bit farther. This is another quirky thing. joining. And then this is like a walkway. So it should be a road. There's a dove. That's one of the logos. This is part of my exploring. See the nice house being built here? See, if I had that real estate office, I'm trying to think where if I could leave it where it is, that'd be fantastic. Because that's where I would want. I would want to leave it there, and eventually that would become the mecca. That would become a gambling slash. I would even get an Aldi's food store in there. Why not? That would be the mecca. And it would happen before Publix. So, look at this bird. They're enjoying the water here. Little tiny bird. So, I always like this apartment complex too. They used to have a mat. I guess it just got filled with sand, but there was a mat here that went all the way to the end of the boardwalk. I don't know if they still have it, if it's just covered with sand, but I bet if they brushed this, you'd find the mat again. But if the mat is still there, as long as the sand is not too thick, it's getting thick. So if the mat was, oh, this is amazing. Oh, it's amazing I got that far. All right. So that was my little bit of exploring, not much. I don't explore too much because the low tide is we're really exploring the low tide today because the beach is so gorgeous. And people here are very friendly. All you have to do is start talking and people will talk back. That's the nice thing. You know, anywhere else, any other beach really in America, you talk, people don't want to talk back to you for whatever reason. Fort Myers Beach is different. It's even more pleasant here than Sanibel. Sanibel, it is pleasant too, don't get me wrong, but they're not as open as here at Fort Myers Beach. This looks like it's terra firma. I'm gonna try it. It's a little soft. It's about a ½ inch. Yeah, so the tide is going up. You'll see how Bicycling down here is different. Now we have a tailwind. So far, so beautiful. So just getting like an inflatable raft and putting it in the water here, that's gorgeous. See, there's plenty to do. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to live down the beach because it's going to be this, they'll get tired of it after 2 or 3 weeks. And I would agree that the sun is intense. If you don't put your sunblock on, you're going to feel it. Now, I come down here once, twice a week, and to tell you the truth, for me, that's enough. But the beach has activities. You have to understand the different times of the day. You have to have the evening walks. We're looking at the sunset. You get the real morning walks where you're watching the sun rise. You have the people, the different cliques. You have the people that sometimes go to church on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings, like the sunrise services, and then they're out walking. There's the people that are fishing, so if you're in the fishing clique. There's the seashellers, always out there in low tide, depending on when low tide is. And then there's the people like to body surf, or go for those big seashells that normally that's where the big waves are. So the waves are turning over the sandbar or the beach here. Find sand dollars mostly in the sandbars, but some of them wash up. And then of course people like me who go bicycling on the beach. There's a big clip of that. You have the people who do it all day long. People come out just for morning. People come out just in the evening. Believe it or not, there's people, besides the tourists that are enjoying the beach, there's people that are coming to the beach and looking. There's 2 types. They're looking to buy to live, or they're looking at investments to make money on. These are the tycoons. Believe it or not, they come here. Because they know Sanibel right now is kind of like a depressed market. It's waiting. If they got time, yeah, Sanibel's the place to buy right now. But if they want to make a quick flip, Fort Myers Beach is where to do it. And with winter coming up, this winter is going to be phenomenal. It all depends if we get hit with a hurricane or not. If we don't get hit, this October and November are going to be happening months. If we get hit, well, insurance is already ridiculous. There's a little seaweed here. It's okay, because seaweed builds the beach where it lays, so this will build a dune. This will buffer the beach. Okay, we're passing the Nautilus in again, which I love. I have an investment, and the middle part's big enough for a bingo lounge or a poker lounge. It is gorgeous here. I say the temperature right now is about 92 in the sun. And again, there's an easterly breeze about 2 knots, so I can't feel it right now. Because I'm being pushed by it. There's 2 sandbars here. There's one about, right in this point, there's one about 10 yards out, and the next one's about 60 yards out. So this sandbar that's 10 yards out is slowly merging with the beach. But the one that's about 50, 40 yards out at this point, that's the next big one. And it looks like that it stops coming up. There's a riptide kind of like outlet. But it's gorgeous though right now. Totally gorgeous. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Thought she was going to pull that up and snare me. Like a snare trap. So let's do a sand dollar. Almost made it. So when you hear work being done on a Sunday, that's a good sign. That means they're paying them double time to do this work. So I see that the building right across the street on Star Boulevard here, the big one, is getting is getting a paint job, and they're getting a new, looks like concrete lintel on the top floor. So that's even nicer. Let's make it that much stronger. So a concrete lintel, and they're probably redoing the roof too. Yeah, we'll get the roof down because the beach is changing. And sand capsules. Oh, sorry, I saw her. Thank you. The trend here is to bring big beach tents, umbrellas, whatever the big tent design is. I see a lot of that, which is pretty cool. Actually. tide is still going out. A lot of boats are falling around the tide. But you can't drink. No one's here. So there's people on the water with open containers of alcohol right in front of Lana Kaiser, not on the beach. Margaritaville. There's only a lot of people by the pool. It's got a nice contingent out by the beach. And, most of the pool, you can hear the music going. You can see people are drinking in the pool. That seems to be the way. A nice ice cold pool with an ice cold drink and nice music. A lot of boats out here with Trump flags and sympathy for him. Some guy made a big foxhole, and I guess they're resting in the foxhole, and he put his tent over the foxhole, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a blind. It's like the military beach blind, so if there was an invasion by sea, they have a good firing point. Here's the ice cream guy. I think he's drinking his own. He had to push that over the finish manually himself. I personally would have a motorized thing to pull that and then park that motorized thing somewhere off the beach here. It's illegal to have a motorized thing on the beach, which is silly. A lot of pelicans, they're waiting for the fishermen. I was once pulling up a fish, and the fish was in the air, elevated. And the pelican saw it and ran, flew right into the wire. Got the wire, the fish, the hook, everything. My sinker, the floater, took everything, ate everything. I don't even know if the pelican died later on. It was a big hook too. It was one of those hooks that had like the fake bait on it. And the fish went for that. It was like a mullet. It was like a foot long. About 3 inches diameter. It wasn't a tiny one, but... Go ahead, go. See about 10% more people. People love this low tide though. They're way out there. Enjoying themselves. So they have to go out past the first sandbar because the first sandbar is only about a foot deep. With the water between shore and the first sandbar, about a foot deep, but the sandbar itself is about, looks like less than 6 inches. So they have to go about 20 yards past the sandbar. Nice little kitty going up to the beach ball. Uh-oh. You got it. definitely the beach is gone out. Tide. And the farther the water goes out, the hotter the people's campsites here if they're high on that sand, because the more reflection off the white sand is heating them up like a solar oven. But that's about it. So we're gonna exit right here, right here at the Best Western Cross. If we can exit. It's nice to see that this building is being renovated though. Scaffolding all around it. Hopefully they'll get it done within a month. You know, scaffolding costs a lot of money to rent, so we better be serious here. Oh. Right. Yeah, these cars are building slowly, but give me time to go home. I think what I gotta do, I have to build that staircase for the garage. I'll get out my circular saw, spiral arm, and I'll cut the pieces of, I got 2x6. I'll just cut that into, the long pieces I don't need to cut per se, but the short pieces will cut into little, probably 24-inch by this 6. And I'll make as many steps as I can, probably separated by 1 foot steps. And I'll put like, you know, a 2x4 underneath each step to give it strength. And I'll just bolt that in, screw that in. And yeah, I'll put another back, you know, I'll call it. Yeah, I'm going over here, let's see. I don't see any sand spurs. Alright, and once I get that done, then I'm just gonna trim my lawn. Call that a day. And then tomorrow, I gotta mow my yard, my first house. I'm gonna trim it. Make sure all the batteries I trim my yard with. My yard takes 2 full 40-volt batteries. It drains 2 full to do my entire yard, to trim it. It takes a full tank of gas to do my yard. My first house only takes half a tank of gas because it's got a big pool and a big patio deck, and it's got a concrete pad that was supposed to be a workshop that never got completed. So you take those things out, it's a lot easier and faster to mow the lawn. The yard I have right now, the previous homeowner poisoned the yard, so it's still, even with all this monsoon rain, it's still not up to snuff. But the grass is filling in the void though, so I have to mow the whole yard. It takes about an hour and 20 minutes to mow the yard. For my other house, my first house I call it, takes only about 40 minutes to mow the yard. And I have just a push mower, 22-inch push. This is a good decision or not, but it looks like I can navigate there. Another ranger hanging out. Maybe give people a parking ticket at the end of the day. showers. Oh, here's the ranger here. Yeah, he's looking. Let's see what he can do. I was gonna say something. Morning.
Hey.
Okay, this is a problem. Alright. No pets allowed, but come on. There's pets. No pets allowed. Even pets know not to do their business on the beach. There's too many people around, they know. They're not that stupid. Pets know where people walk, they shouldn't be doing their business. So it's 15 minutes of 12. Been on for almost 2 hours. It's a nice little warm-up exercise. So still, Palaka is not beach time out. It was not called Celine's Yo Taco. I don't know what that was. The Weedmobile is still here. Hershey's ice cream and shaved ice is still there. It's a different atmosphere now. It's actually a nicer atmosphere. It's more of a relaxed makeshift, you know? Because with lower overhead, there's lower demand for, kind of like overprotection by the police. So everyone's having, look, here's a Tesla truck. So we're only going to go down to, we're not going to go that far because we were already on the beach a little bit. I guess I'll drive a little bit back and see what's going on at Sanibel School. Surf club is awesome. They graded the ground. There was some kind of plumbing junction that was. I'm not sure if it was water from the town or what. But it looks like they cleaned that up. So here's the new sheriff's office to look inside. I don't know how they got that. And now this is interesting. The whale moved. So I don't know what they're building here. I don't know but they are building something here. I don't know if they're building a 7-Eleven or not. I don't know if 7-Eleven moved properties or what, but where the beach whale used to be, they had big boring machines that are going to lay a piling foundation. And they're going to be, it looks like it's either they're going to drill the hole, then pound the concrete in, or they're going to drill the hole, put round tubing in with rebar, and then fill it with concrete. So either way, it looks interesting though, and it looks like that place, whatever they're doing it right. So they'll have that place built in 2 months. Charge $20 a day at Norris. I still think it's highway robbery. Anything over $10 is highway robbery. I mean, if you have a family of like 18 people and they get out for $20, that's not too bad. Here, they're charging $25. Again, on the left-hand side, they're completely renovating this building, which is interesting. So they put a new concrete lintel on the roof, and that looks fantastic. this place over here on the left-hand side, the Kia Estero Shopping Center, that would make a great casino. Casino, poker lounge. Casino, lower level, poker lounge. It doesn't matter. I would. Even if the casino poker lounge was the upper level, I would fill the parking lot. And they would have to come up the stairs to get carded. If we got carded, then they would have to pay. They would spend 20 minutes on the table. So there's local ice cream. They're open, but I don't see any people. And then here's Mojo's. Again, this is a good spot. I wish I could get a piece of this. Even if I had to buy it from them, I would. They're open for breakfast and lunch. They're open till 3. So they have another 2.5 more hours. Oh no, actually did about 3.5 hours. You see this aluminum ramp here? This is what I need. Little Spanky's Clubhouse at the end of the road there. It's still up. Still for sale. Summer Fun Sports Venues. I keep on seeing improvements when we go. I've gone over the phone over this thing. And I see a lot of motorized scooters and regular beach bikes. Looks like he's got a real estate license too, because I see a real estate sign in front of that place. So that's it. We're not going any further. At one time I wanted that Tri-Power real estate, the old, I'm trying to think what it was called over there, the old Domino's Pizza building. Since, I mean, it survived the hurricane, yes, but days when it was 200,000 are long gone. Now it's 1.2 million. Forget that. Beach cruiser bikes, $20 per day, $5 for additional days. You can't beat that. I mean, it's cheaper here than on Sanibel. So if he's throwing deals like that, then he'll kill the competition. See, this little modular building here, I know it's just storage, but these two are awesome. See, they have utility things on them, on the walls. These are new. And there's air conditioning units inside. So it needs to be torn down. That's Spanky's Clubhouse there. It needs to come down. But these two units here, they got nice little aluminum roofs, air conditioning in the back. Perfect. Just going to anchor that in the ground. And this Mojo's. They have all this real estate, but they're hardly using any of it. There should be a drive-in food store. Not a food store, a fast food restaurant. They should build an elevated fast food restaurant with ground floor drive-through, and the food would be sent down by dumbwaiter. That would be awesome. Hello. You don't mind if I squeeze by here? So here's where, again, on the right-hand side, Hooters was. There's no indication they're going to come back. Real estate is phenomenal on both sides of it. Really, on the left side here, more beach restaurants. That's the lead. Because it's starting to resemble a little bit. I remember Daytona Beach in the 1960s. They had a lot of little tiny beach restaurants. And then one by one they closed. And then the beach got smaller and smaller until now there's absolutely no beach, and it's pretty sad. But Daytona Beach used to have a beach that went out 100 yards from the break wall. Now the beach goes right up to the break wall. Okay, across the road. So they're painting and pressure washing at the same time. Well, not the same time, but one of them is pressure washing and the other one's painting. With an air gun. Bay in. Good. Nice quiet. And this is July, actually. This is a semi-season, so you should have more traffic here. And I'm telling you, it feels like there's a little bit less traffic right now in July than there was in June, which is rare. Usually still around June is the dead month. July is it's a slight uptick. But I guess there's other areas of Florida that are more. So again, on the right-hand side, this used to be 7-Eleven. But what's going on over here? Are they building a 7-Eleven over here, or are they going to be building? They'll be building the beached whale, or whatever it's called. This is Hunk Industries. So normally they demolish, but I guess in this instance I can see that they have steel rebar shaped in the form of pilings. So obviously they're drilling the holes, they're going to shove the rebar in and then pump concrete down. And then I can see behind the sheriff's office, Margaritaville has parking. So and they really need to build an elevated parking garage because they make a lot of money. People paying for one day use of their pool. It's pretty cool. The pool's awesome. They could use that. They could use like one or two slides though.
But then they go to bed harder.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Coming down the home stretch. See the parking garage underneath Margaritaville here. There are these car jacks. This is expensive. If they got flooded, they'd be ruined. And I can't understand how they would think that parking two cars tandem like this is going to solve a problem. No. No, you need to build a parking garage. Just the cost of like 10 of those car jacks, the cost of real estate here. And they can build a multi-level parking garage. It's called the Margaritaville Beach Resort. A lot of cars have hit these pillars. Until next week, hope you guys enjoyed it. Until then, here's the tiki bar.